as fast as I can, but my mind is free to sail across terabytes of reality, to soar above a pixel land in a rocket ship. The 9999 made of megabits. Ladies and gentlemen, leave the world and bring your friends. Step inside and close the door. Shut it out, plug it in, press start and we're flying. No use for your wars and slow, 'cause we built digital castles in the sky as we float on timeless satellites. 'Cause virtual is where we live, live, live. 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 Run only as fast as I can, but my mind is free to celebrate universes in binary. Spend all day in the clouds and our definitions now. So high, 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 we're not coming down. Ladies and gentlemen, leave the world and bring your friends. Step inside and close the door. Shut it out, plug it in, press start and we're flying. No use for your wars and slow, 'cause we built digital castles in the sky as we float on timeless satellites. 'Cause virtual is where we live, live, live. 'Cause virtual is where we live, live, live. 'Cause virtual is where we live, live, live. 'Cause virtual is where we live, live, live.
Hello everybody, hi, I'm Liz, editor of Hani's Anime, and we are here today with a post-season wrap-up, live for the first time, so that should be pretty exciting. Hopefully some of you can join us this time. I know we tend to forget things sometimes, so it'll be nice to have a little bit of help. Here's Fonzy joining us.
Hello everybody, how you guys doing? Welcome. Oh, there's one thing I need.
You're too tall.
I am too tall. Let me zoom out a little bit.
So we had asked last time we did one of these, we normally record them and then upload them. But this time we decided to go live because some people said they would like to see it live. So here we are, and hopefully it'll be fun. This should be interesting. I don't know if I'll be able to see, but Fonzie can see that far. So if you're joining us at any point, please ask questions or correct us if we make any mistakes. I know we tend to mess up names sometimes.
Just making sure we're good to go on this end over here.
Yes. It's also the first time we use this particular setup, so we're making sure that everything works out. Wait, am I looking at the wrong thing? This is the camera, huh? I'm looking at the wrong thing? I'm looking at that.
That's the camera. That's what you want to look at. Sorry,
okay.
We have our displays over here on this.
The light. I was talking to the light.
Yeah.
Okay. So, welcome everybody. Again, we are here for our Fall 2020 anime post-season wrap-up. So, as usual, we go over just a little bit of our, what do you call it? Overall impressions.
Yeah, overall impressions.
So first off, I guess, Happy New Year. Now that we're both here and settled. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Cheers.
2021, this is going to be our year.
It'll be a lot better, for sure. Cheers. Okay. Okay, yeah, that helps a lot, actually. We were already talking a lot before this started. So, just before we even start, we want to run through with you how many anime we watched, like we usually do. We gave a try to 29 anime. So that was actually a lot. We gave a try to 29. We ended up dropping 8. Wow. We have 3 that are on hold. 1 because I totally forgot to restart it. Gallon Dino. And then 2 that are kind of on hold because we just, obviously, 29 anime is too much to watch in one season while you also have to work and live life, right? But we still managed to cover 21 anime this season, so that's actually pretty good. I feel pretty good. I think that's kind of our range, just like between 18 and 24-ish.
Yeah, usually the amount of anime we watch per season, the sweet spot's around 20.
Yeah. So overall impressions?
Overall impressions for fall 2020 anime was great. It was a lot better than the previous seasons. I mean, we got winter 2020. That was actually pretty good. We got some good anime going, and it was really nice. I liked it. And then, of course, because of the pandemic, we had no real good series. A lot of it was postponed and delayed until next year. So this year is going to be our year. But overall, fall season we definitely took the cake. It's so good.
It almost rescued the year, huh?
I honestly think it did, yeah.
I think so too, especially the end of the year where it's like, everything kind of went back down, and it was like, well, let's just stay home and watch a ton of anime. And that's basically what we all did. My overall impressions of the season were the same. I think it was better than the previous one. It was amazing. But at the same time, I noticed a lot of themes, and I think we may start noticing some things like these even more so as time goes on because of the pandemic and just because of everything that's going on in the world. So for example, something that I noticed, and yes, I have notes because I didn't want to forget anything. Sometimes I'm like, I forgot to talk about this.
Yeah, you get lost in your thoughts when you're shilling.
Also, we'll be able to focus more if we have notes.
Yeah, very true.
But yeah, some of the notes that some of the points or themes that I noticed that I liked, at least that I enjoyed or just caught my eye this season were, there's a lot of love, definitely a lot of love going on, a lot of romances, a lot of people trying to figure out what love means for them and as a human, really, mostly. And that takes me to my other observation. A lot of darkness and humanity topics, you know,
Yeah.
where it's just like almost every other anime this season was showing us the darkness in the human soul and just how horrible we can be.
That's actually, no.
As creatures, especially people in power, like nobles or rich people or governments and things like that. Like a lot of the anime had these highlights.
Yeah,
So
a lot of stuff that can somewhat be related to what's happening right now in the world. You know?
exactly, yeah. And this is even obviously these anime were made before we even started this pandemic and all these. Well, the pandemic, but obviously the other problems were already around for a long time. But now this year they just like came up to the worst or the most noticeable, and it's interesting that these anime also came out this year.
Yeah.
At the end of the year when all of this is kind of like culminating, you know?
Yeah, it is interesting.
That was interesting.
I mean, we really mean that because, you know, it takes a few years for the production of anime to like be brought up, especially with the story, because you can't really start anything without the story. So, I mean, for them to fit that in the times of what was going on right now is pretty thin, probably pretty hard. So it
means it's still
aged
going
well
on.
in this sense. It released and it's gonna age well.
I think so too. And then I guess another one of the I want to see if because I tried to share so people know on Instagram that we're doing this.
Oh,
but
on
I don't
Instagram,
think
yeah.
they posted. But anyway, some of the other things that I noticed was a lot of like the pursuit of justice. I guess justice and truth. You know, like things like that. That was good. Something that I also noticed a lot. So, like for example, some of the darker ones I feel like were definitely like Akudama Drive and and Talentless Nana.
Talentless Nana was pretty crazy.
Although I guess technically we don't know who really is behind the scenes.
Yeah, that one's getting.
But I bet you it's just a human. But who knows? We don't know.
We'll get into that
We'll
later.
get into it. Moriarty and Noblesse, definitely all of those dealt with a lot of like human darkness. And Standing on a Million Lives.
Standing
Whoa,
on a Million Lives. That
that's
was
a
another
turn.
one. And there was another one I just thought right now.
Which one? I have notes.
My mind.
I have notes.
There was another. Higurashi.
Oh, Higurashi, but
Continuation
yeah.
for Higurashi.
For sure.
Yeah, that one. Oof.
Twisted. So messed up.
But it looks like it's gonna be good though, because I sense closure.
Yeah.
And that's what I love.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope though. Yeah, let's hope.
All right. So from here, do we want to just run through our list like we usually do?
Yeah.
We're gonna go through our list, starting with the ones that are continuing into the next season. So the 24 episode seasons or more. Yashahime, for example, we don't know how many episodes.
Yeah, it's unknown. It feels like a good 24 episodes at least. At least.
Yeah,
but it honestly could go a lot longer. I wouldn't be surprised if it's gonna be matching around the same
like
episode
Inuyasha?
length as Inuyasha. You know, that was close in the 100.
How do you feel about Yashahime? Let's start. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's hit the road.
I like it a lot. Yeah, Yashahime, I like it a lot. I think it's great. Wonderful continuation to the story that we all grew up and loved, you know, with, you know, people in my group. Our age group.
Elder millennials, as some might call us.
But not boomers. Don't
Hey, not that there's anything wrong with that.
No. I think just that's another discussion. But there's a lot of intense definition behind that right now. So, but anyway. Yeah, I think it's really good, especially when you're getting to follow the three half-blooded princesses from Inuyasha, Shishomuru, and
no, it's just them.
It's just them, right? Because two are twins.
Twins,
And so it's just them.
So Shishomuru is twins, and Moroha is Inuyasha and Kagome's daughter.
Yes. So I love the continuation. The characters are all there again. You get to see what happened after the whole fiasco with the shard situation. But now, you know, it's been. It's more focused on pearls, 7 pearls. So now we got, you know, 4 main bosses that they announced that are something that we're going to be seeing pretty soon, I imagine. We already saw one, which was Konton. He was one of the first pearls that they just fought right now, and including the 3 princesses are pearls themselves, which is with gold or yellow, silver, and red. Right. I believe so. Yeah. And you know, just leaving it at that alone, it's good. I think the storyline, it's a nice plot. It's got me hooked. It's pretty entertaining. The art is also another thing that's great. I hear the music isn't necessarily the same
But it sounds the same.
I mean, it sounds the same. So like,
not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way.
Definitely.
But I mean, like more of a same composer and music
Yeah.
artist and everything. But yeah, it's all good. I love it.
Yeah, they definitely brought a lot of people back, both in the creation and everything, and the art and all of those things, the voices and things. So I like it a lot. It definitely hits my nostalgia bone, you know, like, and it does hit that, but at the same time, I almost feel like it's too samey.
That's true.
Like, I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it, but in a way, it's kind of like, what else was I expecting, you know? Like, I know I shouldn't have expected anything else, but it's kind of like, okay. Yeah. But I feel like it's too much like Inuyasha.
Well, I can see it totally there, plucking at all of our nostalgia strings,
yeah.
like our heartstrings.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't drop it,
too,
you know? Like, I wouldn't drop it.
Yeah, I'm watching it because I'm at this point. I guess it's just part of my childhood that I want to watch it. I want to enjoy it. So.
What I like about it, even though like we don't have kids, people our age that do have kids are liking that they can introduce this to them because it's what they watched. So
very true.
Like in that sense, I think it's really cool that a whole new generation gets to know these stories.
Very much.
Like they get to know these characters and they get to know these stories and all these cool things. So I think that's nice. Like that works for me. I think it started a little slow. I feel like just now the last few episodes that we have watched are probably when I feel like it got a little more exciting. But it makes sense because they have to set up so much. Like there's just so much setup, especially if I even
catching up.
It. Yeah.
A lot of catching up.
Even if you don't catch up people, like I said, that have never seen the first one. You know, so it's like you really have to catch people up. So I get it. I like it. We're definitely continuing that.
Absolutely. It's good.
Oh, next Higurashi. So when they cry, new.
See, no, that one, I saw that anime a very long time ago. It was a little difficult for me to try and catch myself up because I didn't want to rewatch the first season or anything.
Right.
But I like it. I like it a lot. I especially love the part that I picked up with the whole situation of a time loop being discovered and how the curses evolved around it. And
oh yeah, spoilers by the way.
Oh, of course, post-season wrap-up.
It should be expected.
It's
I'm just saying, you never know. There'll be a sign later in post.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that isn't to say that it's not going to spoil. It's not. It really won't. I mean, it gives it away in the first episode. I mean, come on. But anywho, with that, with that in mind, it's nice because you see a bunch of different scenarios. You get to see different interactions. There's definitely a lot more character development within the series this time. Even though it's still supposed to be dark and psychologically twisted, there are some very interesting parts that I found engaging. Like more of the mystery and the element behind it. Delving more into the curse of what's his name again?
Yashiro-sama. Curse. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's nice.
The lore, right?
The lore, yeah. Simple word, the lore. It's great. It's really good.
I'm honestly, I like it. I like it. It's like a train wreck that I can't look away from. You know, because at first, yeah, you're kind of like confused. Is this a remake? Is it not? Right? And then it turns out it's not a remake. It's a time loop, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. And then it gets really interesting, and then you start seeing things, and then you're wondering a lot of things at the same time. So I'm just a little confused. I was a little confused for the beginning, but I think we all were at the beginning. And I think that was the point for us to be confused.
Yeah, I do research on anime, but like when it's new anime, I like going in there with a clean slate. So it, again, trying to remember everything, what was going on. It was confusing.
But it was promoted as if it were going to be a sequel. It was treated in a way that it was on purpose, that we were all...
Yeah, and the way I read it, I mean, it sounded like a sequel, but then I hear a bunch of people talking online, and they're like, oh, it's a remake. And I'm like,
what?
Is it?
What?
Oh, is it though?
Yeah. So it's really cool. I like the alternate timelines. I like the time loops. I like the fact that they're having to try different things. Like this poor girl... Rika, I don't know how many times the poor thing's already been through the loop, but it seems like she's the only one. My theory is that I have two theories. Obviously, Kenichi
is
Look, the reason why we need people here reminding us names is because we watch so many that sometimes we confuse the names. But Keiichi starts having kind of like flashbacks or premonitions or memories, so it looks like he's kind of figuring out, and eventually he'll be conscious of the loop that they're on.
Oh, yeah, that's true, because Rika is the only one that seems to be fully conscious of the whole looping.
It's really weird when she changes from like Anipa and then like I am telling you that this is happening, and it's like, oh, she's super creepy.
Especially Rena. Yeah, especially Rena.
Rena's pretty creepy too, but I don't know.
She might be a little more creepier or something.
Yikes. But it's weird when Rika-chan changes like her voices like that. But it's so, and then I think that that detective or Oishi, I think he's Oyashiro-sama.
Oishi.
Or something.
You
like,
know,
if Oyashiro-sama were to exist, I think it's him.
It seems like it could be, to tell you the truth.
Right?
It really does, because mainly because of the one alternate
the
universe.
last line, the
one parallel universe that they're in, or something, or alternate universe, sorry. And the way he's acting.
The one with the uncle?
Yeah, the one with the uncle. Like, that one,
it's like they're getting too close and he has to stop them.
Yeah, like he's just acting weird, let's just put it that way. There's like some influence.
But so is Rika, because they're getting so close. She keeps telling Keiichi, this is the thing you have to do, and you save her and you save us all, basically, right? And if Keiichi does something, she saves Rika, the blonde girl, Satoko. If he saves her, everyone gets saved, and I guess the loop ends. I don't know.
That's what it seems like.
It seems like, and so everyone's desperate. Rika's not even acting like her usual self anymore because she's desperate to end this. Keiichi had that premonition of what he was gonna do to the uncle, and then this guy shows up and stops them all and murders everybody. Like, clearly he's Oyashiro and they're getting too close to something, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's just behind it. I don't know. So it's really interesting. We're definitely
But then
watching
the whole fact that the town is in on it, like, it's just there's so much to think about and to take in that you don't know. Like, I mean, what if the town really is cursed and it's just everyone that believes in it? You know, like those spiritual stories where you have temples and shrines and the gods that live there, but the second you forget their name, then they just don't exist anymore.
Like,
the same thing in the Latino community too, with death. In a sense, it's like you mourn your death, you always think about them, but the second you stop thinking about them, it's like they're never going to exist in a sense.
Are you quoting Coco?
Something like Coco, yeah.
I see. It's probably based in a real thing.
I would think so.
Yeah, I would think so too. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So that's really interesting. Okay, so Higurashi definitely continuing.
Yeah.
The next season.
Absolutely.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen's good.
That's a good one. I honestly first heard Jujutsu Kaisen from the manga because we work with Viz Media, so they actually sent us a copy of the first volume that was releasing in the US. So checked it out, and I had to read it again, to tell you the truth. I read it twice. It was really good. It was just the first volume. I think the first volume covers maybe like around 2-3 episodes or something like that. So it was really good. And I mean, the art is something else. Like, the art in the manga is great, but it holds up really nicely in the anime. Very similar to, like, Kimetsu no Yaiba and Demon Slayer. Like, that art is really nice. And then, of course, the whole... you have the whole supernatural realm and, agency or society that's fighting against them. Very similar to, like, Bleach, I guess you can say. This one's right up there. This one almost has some of the same excitement that I felt since Bleach, with a supernatural kind of yokai anime. Yeah. And it's intense. It's good. The gods that they're talking about, Sukuna.
The curses.
Yeah, the curses. Sorry, not gods. The curses. Yeah, the curses. That's something else. It's something you don't really hear too much about the Japanese culture, the lore of curses, and this is a nice little telling. I really do like it a lot.
Yeah, and this is another one that I noticed has a lot of like the darkness and obviously curses, right? Mm-hmm. Curses are made from negative emotions, and like we were talking about earlier, these things have been happening for a while, so dark emotions and all this stuff. But I also see the Bleach parallel.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Like, it's definitely And one of those, if you like Bleach, you'll like Jujutsu Kaisen for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is Gojo as dreamy in manga as he is in the anime? Did you not get that far?
I don't think.
Oh, I guess not if you only saw
With that mindset.
You should.
When I read
He's
Shonen,
beautiful. He's gorgeous.
he's a good-looking guy. His character's awesome. Like when
He's
it
a
comes,
badass.
I don't know.
He's awesome.
I did like his character. It was really cool. When they first introduced him and they had the update for the new ED of the anime and they had the animation of them dancing, going side to side. Like I honestly, I fell in love with all the characters. That was really good animation.
Yeah.
Gojo's really,
Gojo's really cool.
He's really
kind of
cool.
a
He's up there. But he was, his art and everything that he looked in the manga, it's faithful. It's pretty good.
Pretty much the
Yeah,
same.
I like it.
That's awesome. But no, yeah, I like that one a lot. I like all the characters. I like the character development. It was honestly surprising to me because I knew it was going to be like a shonen, typical action shonen, but I didn't expect it to be that good, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It was better than I expected it to be, so it's pretty cool. And I'm excited that it's continuing. This one also had, like I said, the darkness with the whole, like, what's his name? Mahito?
Oh,
That turns the humans into raisins, and then like, he uses them as tools, and like, oh my god. So he was basically the main boss of this season.
You're not wrong, raisins.
They're human raisins.
So
It's crazy. Like,
dries
it's
them
so
out.
cruel. That's really hardcore. Like the bad guys in Jujutsu Kaisen are just ruthless.
They're
you
pretty,
know,
they're
they're
pretty ruthless.
and because I mean they're demons, they're curses. Obviously they're negative, and just they force people to do things that they don't want to do, and that's always interesting and fun to watch, especially when it's done so beautifully, artistic.
Mm-hmm. You know what I find really interesting actually is how they find nice little subtle ways to throw in comedy in there with you, especially with the
Michael, the same one, the raisin guy.
Yeah, we'll just put it. It's because the way I'm thinking it is more like as a whole, I guess you could say, because like you have Sukuna, Sukuna. You have Sukuna, who is like OP. He's the main curse. Every curse is afraid of him, and I like when they throw those comedy bits in there, and all of a sudden it's like you got these bad curses that are all just coming around, like just knocking people all over. And it is crazy how he comes into play and just puts them in place, like right away. And sometimes it's in a comical way. It's really funny. I actually kind of like it. Sorry, we have a circus cat right next to us. He's balancing on something right now. And
that he shouldn't be. Go away. Okay,
anyway,
sorry.
yeah, but that's my take on it. I really do like it. It's subtle. I don't want to get too much into it because we're gonna give away our favorites.
Yeah.
Later.
Okay, so yes, definitely continuing Jujutsu Kaisen as well. So those are the 3 that we are watching this season that are continuing into the next season, we are continuing those. Everything from here on, not everything, but the next ones are series that we completed, and we'll either have a second season or maybe not. We'll talk about it as well.
A lot of them are.
A lot of them will, though. Yeah, I know. When are we gonna watch all this anime? Anyway, okay. So I'm standing on a million lives.
Standing on a million lives. That one. I didn't know what to think of in the beginning. To tell you the truth, it seemed like another isekai. It's over. The market for isekai nowadays, since like when did it first start? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think.
Well, I mean, if we want to get technical, we're gonna have to go all
we'll
the way
go back. But I mean, like when it really started picking up, and
Sword Art Online, I guess.
No,
like the fantasy ones.
Yeah, the fantasy ones, like straight, just almost every season. There's at least 3 or 4 isekai.
I think we were still in Japan when that started.
Yeah, so this.
Maybe
I'm standing on a million lives. It was something that I was like, it's gonna be another typical isekai anime, and we were watching it. But then the whole concept of them being in a world, they complete a quest, they get to ask the god, one question, and at the same time he gives you a new
job,
a new career, a new job, a new tribute, I guess.
That may or may not suck.
Yeah, like it's completely just 50-50. Super
not
random,
even.
or not even. Yeah, it's just super random. It's
random.
super random. But it started developing after maybe like the 6th or 7th episode. So then it started getting kind of good because when you when they start realizing, you know, they're in this world, why are they here, and then they're starting to figure out how to ask the right questions to that god, is when things started getting a little more interesting. And so you're watching and you're like, okay, you know, they're going through these quests, so it's still keeping you engaged, but then at the same time it's like you're still on the edge of your seat slightly, where you're like, okay, but what now?
Yeah.
Like, what's gonna happen?
That's true. There's a lot going on. Like, there's so much more to it than just the isekai property. You know, like when it starts, you're like, all right, okay, let's go isekai. Okay, the guy gets transported. Okay, it's a game. Okay, they can die. Oh, but they can't die. Oh, but they can die if they're all dead at the same time. But they'll respawn as long as someone's alive in their team. Okay, that's already different. You know, like that alone.
That alone is
it's already like, oh, okay, all right. And then you add to it this guy's nature of he doesn't really care about people.
Yeah.
You know, like he's very selfish and self-centered and
purposely detaches himself from society.
Everybody.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. So that adds a different layer of difference, I guess, to it. And what else? What else did I think was really cool? Oh, the fact that every time they pass a quest, every time they complete a quest, they get a new team member. Not every time, but sometimes they'll get a new team member.
It did happen, at least in the beginning, with 4 or 5, up to 5, or 4, up to 4 of them. Yeah, because there's 4 total, 3 girls and then
now, and then now towards the end when we found out how it's all worked, and like it seems like the way they're supposed to even get their new partners has something to do with how they will fare in this new world. So that's really interesting. And then I like the dark twist at the end where, well, it's not the end because it's the end of the season, because it's already confirmed second season for I'm Standing on a Million Lives.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
But basically the whole first season, it's like you think that this guy who is so selfish and horrible and doesn't care about people is like, oh, okay, I get it. He's gonna like people and realize the value of life, and he'll change and he'll be a good MC. But no, he does not care. In fact, he became even more detached.
Yeah.
And now that he's killed and still doesn't care, it's like he actually kind of seems to maybe have enjoyed it a little bit. So that's interesting. That's another twist that I liked.
That show. I mean,
it takes you on like loops, and then
the last episode is pretty mind blowing. There are some situations that happen in the series that you're like, okay, all right, but then it's a virtual world because that's what we're led to believe.
Yeah.
But oh man, all right, but yeah, that's enough for that one.
Yeah, let's not spoil anymore.
I don't want to spoil it too much.
We already spoiled some.
That one's good.
It's
You gotta
really
watch
cool.
it to the end.
Yeah.
Watch it to the end, please.
Yeah, don't give up, because at the beginning maybe you do feel like even still by episode 2 or 3 you're like, okay, it's another isekai, but then things start happening and it gets really good.
Yes.
And it gets different. It's funny. I like the jokes with the master, because it also has random bits of comedy. Like it's dark and it sounds like dark and everything, but it has random bits of comedy here.
Yeah, that's true. Because the god is also the game master in there, so yeah, it gets interesting. It's trippy.
It's a different cat.
Another cat.
All right, well that one's good. The second season's coming in July.
Oh yeah, July.
So already summer 2021 we'll have the next season of I'm Standing on a Million Lives. I wish you could see this.
I know.
Just sit.
We have some
there
fun cats.
We have 4 cats. Okay, so next one, the other one we watched is A3, Season Autumn and Winter, because I like it, and I picked it up in the spring and summer, and it was enjoyable. And this one, I honestly think it was even better. I like it. I mean, the actors, they're, it's just like a slice of life actors, anime, and
first season was development.
The first season, yeah.
Straight development, basically.
Exposition and all that stuff. And it's interesting because it's also like, it's a new theater company in the first season, so they take whoever they can. Not that they're very picky in the other seasons, but because they've established themselves for this season, for autumn and winter, they're able to get more talented actors, whether they are already actors or professionals, or they just happen to be naturals or just are passionate about it. But because they're now well known, they're able to get these much better actors that have problems within them amongst each other and stuff. But like, as someone who has acted, it's something I heard from a teacher once, is like, you need to live life in order to be a good actor.
That's very true.
Because how can you act when you don't have life experience? And so it's really interesting that they did a really good job of portraying that, I think, in this anime, because the first season, you can tell they're young kids, you know, like, they don't know, and so they're bad at it. But the ones later on, like, they have a history. They're older. They've struggled in their lives. They've had loss. They've lived a lot, and you can tell in their acting. It shows in their relationships and in their acting. So I thought that it was cool that they put it together that way.
I liked it a lot. I had told her the other day when we were getting close to the end, it was starting to feel a little more like Utapri. Like, you know, Utapri, oh, that's a good old anime. Everyone loves it, especially the girls. But I mean, I liked it. It was okay. It was a little too much pandering on, like, the whole cuteness, pretty boys, and, like, them just being
the
like,
first season.
Well, no, compared to Utapri is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's how Utapri was, but with this one, it was a little more engaging because it seemed like there was just more. There was more than just wanting to, like, be the best individually, and wanting to, like, give your best performance and stuff like that. Because even though in Utapri they have them, you know, teamed up in groups, but in A3 they're specifically starting out in groups. So you have to work around. There's more character development with that, and because of that, man, I thought it was great. I thought it was hella great. Oh wait, hold on, we got.
I know, I'm trying to read this. Oh yeah, Happy New Year!
Oh yeah, so Happy New Year's to you guys. What's up, Nobody's? Oh, Nobody's 17.
Hi, Nobody's 17.
He's one of the writers. He's one of the writers here. Honey's Anime. He's a great guy. Check out his articles. Nobody's 17. He's also over on Honey Feed. Hojiro-san.
I know, that's why I opened it over here. I can't see that far. So I opened the window here so I can see what you guys are saying.
Hojiro-san.
Hojiro says, you just watch anime staying home. Oh my god, I know. Same.
Definitely.
Same.
Definitely.
I'm like, I'm totally fine with this situation.
But yeah, so going back to that for A3, I liked it a lot because it was, like I said, there's more character development. It was a little more engaging, and the whole acting scenarios that they had in the series was nice. I really liked it. If I had to pick one between Utapri and this one, I'd probably pick A3. To tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, me too.
Just because I enjoyed it, like, so much more with story. I'm a person that heavily depends on story so much. Like, explosions and fantasies and all that stuff, not so much. As long as the plot and story's good, give it to me.
He'll do it. Yeah, that's true. I do enjoy the explosions and the action too, but definitely the story is very important. But yeah, I agree. I am amazed that they were able to make a story with that kind of a what do you say, like, with that concept of having a different troupe every season. And they're really stuffing 2 seasons in one, because each season's only 12 episodes, and it's 6 episodes for one season and 6 for the other. Yeah. So I think they did a really good job.
They did.
In developing them.
It was probably a nice way to introduce so many characters. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And get the girls to download the game, because there's a game.
Yeah, it's not based on a game, or is it?
It's based on a game.
It is based on
the
a game.
The game came out first, I'm pretty sure. Well, there's a game too. I want to say the game came out first, and I'm pretty sure, but now I'm doubting myself. So if you know, please let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so next we have Adachi Shimamura.
Adachi and Shimamura can't go wrong. Character development that forms from the bond between characters and viewers while understanding their changes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Sir. Absolutely.
I feel like that too.
Yes.
Well,
so now we can go for Adachi and Shimamura. I had high hopes for that show.
Same.
It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be at the end. That one also had nice character development. It was slow paced, if I have to say. Art's great. You know, the relationship build-up that they were having, it's nice, although, you know, albeit typical in most anime. it was really, really good, but it didn't shed light on well, no, it didn't shed light on one thing, and it didn't give me enough fulfillment at the end on another subject. But the first one I want to talk about is that one character that's an alien.
Well,
She arrives in a
supposedly,
spacesuit.
right?
What's up with her?
This astronaut character.
What's up with her?
What the hell?
You know, they shared a little insight about her when she was describing herself, but like that's it. Like, so as far as I know, there is some sort of build up, but she was just like a straight red herring.
Like why even
Like,
bring her in?
Yeah, I thought there
like
was so much more to it with her in the picture, but they never delved on that. So I was like,
Yeah, same.
I don't know. I was like,
Same. I was disappointed by several things, but I do agree in all the positives. I mean, the character development is actually very good. You do see the characters go from point A to point B. While it's not a huge development or huge growth, honestly, they barely are able to even just become self-aware. But then that in itself is a huge step, right? But at the same time, it's like you kind of expect a little more. And then they have this space cadet, literally,
yeah,
through episodes and episodes with the helmet on. And then she takes the helmet off, and she has the blue hair, and it's like, oh, she's obviously from space. Okay, she is weird. Something's gonna happen. Something interesting. Something weird. We didn't go in it hoping for it to be a sci-fi, right? It looked like it was gonna be a good romance, good slice of life, and it had a little bit of something quirky. But this space girl thing never goes anywhere. She even says, you know where I'm from, da 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 da. And she's there with the little sister, but is it just a character they made up to have an excuse for the little sister to be okay with her sister spending the night with her friend in the other room? Like, did you just pull this out of nowhere? Like, I don't understand. So, and then the characters, I like that they grow, but they're just not very exciting characters.
Not so
I
much.
mean, they're like, one is always aloof. Oh, what? Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
That's so
yes.
true.
And then the other ones, I understand that anxiety is very difficult, and I'm not saying anything against that. This is an anime character, and I'm not saying anything about real people who have this issue. But this girl is just like, she can't anything, you know? And like, that's what I would like to see, is to see her get more self-confidence that she should have, because obviously they have something, but then Shimamura is also not being very...
She's not being helpful.
She's not being helpful. It almost feels like she's always just
there.
teasing her. It's like she knows. That's something that kind of annoyed me about Shimamura.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I know you kind of like me, so what do you want? What do you want to do? Oh, I don't know what you want to do.
She's a tease.
She's a tease. Like,
yeah,
she's
a
teasing
straight
her
tease.
the whole time.
It's
Poor Adachi's like a bundle of nerves the entire freaking time, and no, it makes me stress. That anime made me stress. No, not really.
Not really.
But it's like just.
You know, you're kind of like.
And you're always waiting for something to happen.
What are you gonna do?
You know, at the same time, you're like, okay, it's gonna happen. Okay, now this is where she's gonna realize and just go for it. This is where Shimamura is gonna realize, hey, you know what? I'm kind of a teasing bee. I'm gonna maybe give it a chance with this girl. Or, hey, you know what? Maybe she really does care for me. I should do something about this. But no, it's like she's still selfish and self-centered by the end of it. And Adachi is just like, well, okay, I guess I'll just keep being her puppy. Like, no, none of that is healthy. Like, none of that is healthy. And it concerns me. And it makes me sad because the whole time I'm just waiting for them to see the light and just be happy together. You know, like, that's all I wanted. And maybe tell me what's up with the space girl. That was really...
More of the space girl for me, because that was
Oh.
That was kind of keeping me from enjoying it 100%, was the fact that there's this lingering space girl just in the background, you know, and you're like, ah.
Look, even Nobody 17 says the astronaut is hella sus. Yes, seriously. Like, what is up with that? And then,
super sus.
Not only this, they set up all of this. And there's even another space character. Because remember, she says, oh, yeah, my brother or my sister or someone else is here. And that's why she's there.
She's
so there's
for
still
someone.
this other creature
That's right.
somewhere. And it's like, oh, supposedly, does it matter? Does it not matter? It doesn't, I don't know.
You know what'd be funny and stupid is if Adachi somehow
He's an
is
alien.
talking with that alien character, but because of how she is, she just doesn't open up about it, and it's like, oh, okay, or something. I don't know. But probably not. No. That's kind of stupid. I don't know. There's one thing.
No, I can't remember if it's Shimamura or if it's Adachi. Well, I don't know because I don't remember which one it is. But one of the girls at some point says something like she just feels like something doesn't feel right in the way that she interacts with others and things.
That's true.
Which you would assume it's because she's gay, and that's not necessarily very accepted in Japan, or at least it wasn't, or whatever. So you assume maybe it's that, but maybe she is an alien too. I don't know. I think Shimamura is concerned about how other people see them having lesbian. Oh, that's That's what I'm saying. It's like, so it could be that she's just
could be that, yeah.
doesn't want to go through with it. But isn't that the whole point? It's like to make it okay. Like it's okay. But no, yeah, I understand. Especially like we were saying, it's Japan, where they're still kind of opening up more and more and more.
They are. Japan's got a long way to go to opening up their borders to the rest of the world, but at the same time, I don't blame them for keeping it closed for so long.
That's not at all.
Oh no! The train of thought. No, train of thought. No. Everything. Just train of thought, like just from top to bottom, everything, because it all ties in there with all society, and talking and being able to engage with people without having to judge them.
Yeah.
That's just basically my situation at that.
That's true. So I don't know. I'm just wondering if one of them's an alien too.
All right, next one.
The next one is Akudama Drive.
Ooh, Akudama Drive. I like that one.
That was super
I liked it a lot. Art was fantastic. I hear it was the same. Was it art director or creator from Persona 5? I love the art. Yeah, was it Danganronpa? Oh, Danganronpa. There you go, Danganronpa. So from that series, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. It was super colorful. The colors and imagery were bold and vivid, and at the same time, for some weird reason, I'm usually not one to completely just fall in love with kind of balls to the walls type anime. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is one of them, I guess you could say like that.
You're like...
JoJo's Bizarre, it's good, but I mean, it's too much for me sometimes.
Go comments now!
Yeah, in the comments, it's just a little too much. No, it's just a little too much for me. It's like, it's great though, but I kind of sense that with this, with action. And scenes, the thrill, what they were presenting, it was awesome. I loved how it was based on specific characters where they were like the OP
generic versions.
Yeah. They even had generic names. The Brawler, Cutthroat, the Courier, Swindler, the Hoodlum, Doctor, and all that. So, I mean...
It's just character names.
I didn't know.
Like basic character
Yeah, I didn't know what to think of it at first, but it was great. Was it?
Nobody17 says, I heard Akudama Drive is like Suicide Squad, taking place in cyberpunk or psychopath world setting. Kind of.
Yeah, I can see that actually.
Basically.
I can kind of see that.
Basically, because that's kind of like the whole thing with the Akudama is like, okay, if you are declared an Akudama, you're a danger to society and they have a license to kill you, basically.
Psychopaths.
So that's very psychopath.
Stand up. Did I just hear you talking crap about Judge?
I was like, wait.
Yeah, see?
Hold on. Yes, he was.
Sorry, there's a delay in the stream, obviously. So, but yeah, stand up power.
That's funny.
No, trust me, I like the show. I like the show. It's just sometimes I have to stop watching after a while because I'm like
too much testosterone.
It's too much. Yeah.
That's true. No, but I love Akudama Drive.
Akudama Drive is really good. The setup was something that intrigued me quite a bit. You don't really see so much of that. I mean, with that type of setup, the only thing you could think of is like almost kind of like death style games. There was Juni Taisen, and you had
But no.
Not really. Like there's a specific goal. It's not like a free for all, but
especially
they
start as a team.
Yeah.
I feel like it's different because they start as a I mean, not a team, but kind of like they're working together. But
it was good, yeah.
But it was good.
I liked it a lot. It was towards the end, it started getting really good, even better. pretty meta if you really think about it in the sense. And at the same time, like, you just realize this society and how manipulative it was. And whew.
Yeah, I really liked it. Like you said, like the art was amazing. Obviously the graphics and the animation and everything was really good too, for obvious reasons. And it is bright and neon and everything. But yeah, I did like the balls to the wall action and story and things, and the ridiculous characters. I like that they're so like exaggerated. Like everything is so over the top. Like that's what we were saying. It's like over the top is an understatement when it comes to Akudama Drive. Yeah. And it's just so fun. Like it's super, super fun. But I also like, that's another one that I have here that I realized, I noticed has a lot of the darkness in humanity in a way, and it also has like the sci-fi part to it, where, you know, like we've advanced so much we've advanced so much technologically that humans are able to upload themselves into this quantum computer, right? And so, but they still, it's interesting that they still haven't lost that selfishness, but they have lost the humanity to care for lives, you know, and they just build these kids to use them as their storage unit, basically, and they don't care. Like, nobody cares. It's like, it's crazy. And so that, I thought that was cool too, how they implemented that darkness. And then it has a lot of twists, because like we said, we started as a team. You don't know where they're going. We don't know. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing. We don't know what they're supposed to be doing. They get, like, in Gantz, they only get, like, each mission. They know what they're going to do, right? And so it's, like, stuff like that, and that's really cool. And then, turns out, well, they are all bad guys, so of course they're going to start turning on each other, and you start finding out other things. And, But in the end, it was the government, not the government, but because they're the ones in charge. The people in Kanto, uploaded people in Kanto are the ones in charge of everything, and so they're the ones in top, and so that's another anime this season that I think brought that up, like the darkness in the governments, and like, you know, like the people who are the bad guys, supposedly the bad guys, turn out to be the good guys, and so that was really interesting. And yeah, the characters are just awesome. I love the character designs. They're so good. They're so good.
That brawler fight with the master executioner.
And it made me balls to the wall, but you know what? I'm pretty sure I cried at least once. I'm pretty sure there was a scene towards the end with the kids or something that I was like, ugh! I'm pretty sure I cried once. There might have been one. There were several anime this season that I cried in the end, because damn, there are a lot of really moving scenes. Actually, I'm pretty sure that Adachi Shimamura was one of them, maybe. But yeah, really awesome. Akudama Drive is all sci-fi. It is very Psycho-Pass, but with much more action and just craziness in your face, neon colors and stuff. Do I not have the... Am I not getting messages here?
No, it's being held for moderation because apparently YouTube is a little trippy.
Oh, weird. Okay. Oh, because he said words. He said keywords. Yes. See, no corruption. Exactly. Like, we don't want corruption, and that's like a lot of what is covered in a lot of these anime this season, which is really interesting to me. Speaking of corruption, another anime that was on this season was the second part of the second season of Fire Force. Woo! That was fun.
That was a good one. That was really I liked it a lot. While we saw more development from Shinra and his powers, of course, Arthur as well. We got to see other characters now, and this is what I've actually been kind of waiting for, because you know you have your heroes and you have your villains. It's clear who they are in the series, but then of course now with the second season coming up, corruption was brought up. Now you know that there's the government involved in all this. Not only do you have like the evangelists, but do you have people in between too? And man, those people in between, I have to say, is what Joker, his character. Man.
But that was at the end of the last season.
Oh.
We're still traumatized by it, but that was at the end of the previous.
That was at the end of the last season, but like for the continuation of him going up, because like the character they see him come by with the trained him, manipulated him, broke him, like beyond belief was carried over into the next season. You're like, oh my gosh, but then that's when you meet that one other character who the one where he's watching what's his name? The one he's watching all the orphan kids.
Benny?
And no, not Benny. The other guy.
The bad guy?
Yeah, the bad guy.
Oh, this is you're talking about the first season.
No,
right?
This is the second season. No, this is the second season. You remember how they're in that facility and they have that one kid where they're trying to turn him into one of the
Sho.
Is it Sho? Is it the
or
kid?
the pink haired one.
Yeah, one of the kids. But there's a guy. Hold on, go on the list. Oh, there he is.
Oh, Hito Hashirame.
Hito Hashirame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forgive me, I don't remember his name. It's
yeah,
long.
He's the Joker one.
He's like, no, he's not Joker. No.
But he's the one that was in charge of.
Yeah. He was the one. Yeah, I believe so. So it was pretty intense. Or no.
From the previous season.
This is fun. No, he's in the second season.
No, but that's from a previous half of
No. What I'm talking about is in the second season because they tried to go. The evangelists are trying to get this one kid because he's gonna have like an Adola. Sorry, gosh, man. An Adola burst, and so he's one of the watchers for the kid that always fights him because he wants to bring out that Adola burst.
This one
in him.
The little redhead.
Yeah, this is the
little boy that Renka took. In the first season.
Yeah. He does have an Adola burst, and he turns into this huge freaking thing. But like, between his power and then you see Hito's and also the other evangelist characters, like, oh man, their fights. They were so good.
Yeah, the fights are really good in this season. I don't know if it's because there was so much happening on other anime that were also action, but. I felt like this season to me, Fire Force kind of was like more mellow.
A little more
we
mellow.
We were just kind of like learning more stuff.
Yeah,
they were really good fights. The fights that we did have were really good.
More revealment, I guess you could say, with story, corruption that was going on, the government being a part of it, and they had the evangelist being one, and then the connection between certain characters. So it's like, oh, hey, what's up, Zeke?
This is funny. Okay, hi Zeke. Okay, so I like Nobody17 says. Fire Force Season 2, I started to like Arthur a lot more. Same.
Yeah, Arthur's he's not becoming a conceited little punk anymore. Like you're actually seeing the knighthood in him come out more. So I like that a lot.
Oh, I actually started lower than I meant to. So before when Zeke showed up, he said he was very moved by a Salt Lily Bouquet because Riri has some good speeches. And I'm like, sorry, Zeke, I can't with a Salt Lily. And we dropped it after like 4 or 5 episodes. And then we go on, and then Zeke says, Fire Force is a bit too shonen for me, so yeah. So kind of like the similar but the opposite for a Salt Lily Bouquet for me.
I liked it a lot. I
don't like a Salt Lily.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
A Salt Lily was okay.
I get it. It's just not my thing.
It wasn't enough to continue, to tell you the truth. I didn't see so much out of it because it's not the moe thing is not too much my thing.
It's just so much. No, she's mine. No, I'll fight with her. No, she's mine. Oh good Lord. Okay, I'm over it.
That's a girl saying this.
Did you really? Thank you. I appreciate that you waved back. But yes, that is a girl saying it. It's because he says, why did I just wave back? But yeah, no, I can't. So, I mean, we'll get to that at the end when we talk about the dropped anime.
Yeah.
A Warlord Trivia, as you will find out, is also something we dropped.
That was another one we didn't watch.
Yeah, cute girls doing cute things is definitely not my cup of tea. Unfortunately.
There are some. It depends.
Some of them. Oh, because the fishing one from Summer.
Oh yeah, the
Breakwater.
The Breakwater Club
cute.
one.
I like some, but it's like, for example, this season we also had the Order of Rabbit number 1000, and it's like no. Anyway, so yes, Fire Force, amazing.
Great. Can't wait for the next season.
Yeah, for sure. Ikebukuro Westgate Park.
Ikebukuro Westgate Park. Now this one was interesting to us because we had to look it up because the last time we were there in Ikebukuro,
that thing wasn't.
This wasn't there yet. It didn't exist yet.
The gate must have been there, but not the.
The Westgate was there, but not the park,
not
not the ring. So I feel like partially that anime was there to promote that area. Marketing in Japan.
It's based on a manga.
But well, it's true. But it is based on
well,
manga.
same.
But for the anime, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, they
added
built
that.
it when we left.
Yeah, because
Actually.
it actually exists. So that part's for the manga. I mean, for the anime. In the manga, it might be something different. To tell you the truth. Is it the same thing?
Yeah.
It might be something different. I
It's
don't know.
new. It's recent.
But it was good. Episodic.
Also beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful to look at.
It was really nice to look at. Something very reminiscent to Durarara. It was
But way more
but
chill.
way more chill though. Well, let's
Until the end.
more realistic. Let's just put
Yeah.
it that way. It was a little
Yeah.
more realistic. There wasn't so much of the supernatural and like the intense, extreme,
anyway, that's
mystery
true.
behind stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, but it was just like Durarara.
And maybe even actually, you know what? Now that you say it's realistic, the way that they deal with, and I mean, if any people in Japan are watching, you can chime in. But I think it's also realistic the way that they deal with things. Like even though they're gangs and they're groups that are like criminal.
Oh yeah, like
but they're
the police
so,
too.
Yeah, well the police, but I mean amongst the gangsters or the
Oh,
gangs,
amongst
you
them.
know,
Oh,
it's like
okay.
they're up in suits and like they're talking, and it's like no, we're gonna keep it like quiet. They're so Japanese about it, and I love it. Like I just thought it was really
That's
good.
true. That's true.
The art is amazing. It's beautiful, but I also felt like I wasn't sure what to expect from it at first. Like I thought it was gonna be more of a durarara, and then it was kind of like more mellow. It kind of reminded me of Jeweler Richard, but with gangs and punches.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's classified as a mystery, but there isn't really a mystery. Like there's a mystery each episode, I guess, where you have to find out, oh, who's attacking this person,
Yeah, like
or
a crime
who
mystery
is
thing, you know.
blackmailing this person, and like they're teeny tiny mysteries, and so it's like don't expect really like a durarara type mystery, but it's fun. It's definitely fun to watch, and there are some fights at the end. They actually get into it pretty well. Not that that's the point of it, but because we have an article about what was it? I forget which one. You guys, I edit so many, but I think it was one of something about the best slice of life, I think, or something. The best mystery of the year, and so that one may have come up. And
Julia Richard, you have good taste.
no, this one, yeah, it's so good. I love Julia Richard.
It's a good show.
It was really good. But what I found out is that apparently, I don't remember the trailer from Ikebukuro Westgate Park when it came out, but apparently there's a lot of fights in the trailer. There were like 4 fights in the entire season.
Yeah, I feel like the fight that they showed in the trailer was actually
that's all of the fighting. Is the last one.
last fight.
Yeah,
the ending fight,
exactly.
Where it does get kind of out of hand.
It actually gets
it does
violent.
get out of
But
hand.
before that, it's like everything's super chill. They talk everything out, and I'm just kind of like. So if you're expecting what the trailer shows, don't expect that. But it is a good show. It is a good anime,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It's alright.
Julia
It's
Richard's
alright. I
awesome.
like the Julia Richard.
But yes. Very good. Okay, next, let's all cry with The Day I Became a God. Oh my
Man,
god.
the day I became a god,
It's ridiculous at first.
I did tear up.
Yeah, right?
I did tear up. It's like, man, the last 4 episodes it is or something? Like
Yeah, I think since like episode 8
3
or
to
9.
4? Oh
it's just,
my gosh. So yeah, you're led to believe that something's gonna happen, but really it was a different interpretation of it altogether at the end. But man, you love the episodic nature of the Wandering Mission Journey. Oh, we'll get to that one later.
We'll get to Wondering
We'll
Nation
get to that
a bit.
one. But yeah, the day I became a god, that hit me hard.
It does, because it lulls you into a false sense of security, because you start it and it's like, oh, this hyperactive little girl, right? This little lolly dressed in a weird outfit, and she's just kind of annoying and cute, like they are, and everything. And you're like, oh, okay, slice of life, random, ridiculous, and she keeps talking about the end of the world, and they just do fun things for the summer, and it's cool and it's fun, and then things change, and you find out the truth, and then she's not even okay.
Nope.
It's not the end of the world for everybody.
Whoa. Not for the world.
Not for everybody.
Yeah.
It's so I think we can talk a little bit about that.
No, yeah, we can.
So it's, you know, it's like she's sick, there's something wrong with her, that she has this, again, a quantum computer. So again, that's another theme that appeared a lot, but I guess it always will from now on and forever in anime, sci-fi, like very sci-fi. But 2 quantum computers this season, which was cool. But the one on this girl was keeping her healthy basically, so she could move. Like, she had muscle atrophy, some condition, she was gonna die, and that was the end of the world, really. But because she has this quantum computer, she's able to know everything about everything at any given time. So she's just like a god, basically, right?
Yeah.
Because she has this computer, and that's what she needs. And even she doesn't realize that what she thought was the end of the world was her end until later. It's like, oh, it was me. Dang. But it's really cool because it's actually, you know, it shows you humanity, and it shows you a different side of so many things, and it just makes you cry because it's so moving, because the boy, what's the boy's name? I forget his name.
Oh gosh, so
but
many
he likes her. Yota is he loves her, you know, and takes care of her, and he doesn't. Not only does he not care, but he just wants to keep her with him and love her, and he even says it. It's like we fell in love with each other, and like now we're together and we're gonna make this work. And it's just it's pretty. It's good. It's like Plastic Memories. We were saying it's like the new
like
Plastic Memories.
It's the new Plastic Memories. That's so good.
What was that?
God, it was
so good. And again, art, gorgeous, beautiful.
Very good art. It was
Turn on the
nice.
heater. Sorry.
Yeah,
I just got
turn
really
it off.
hot.
But yeah, I really liked it a lot. It was almost gonna be a series that we were gonna drop, but then
I know.
But then, man, it got good. It got good after a while.
Yeah, it got really, really good. It's because at the beginning it just seems like, oh, okay, where is this going? This girl's kind of annoying, and then kind of stuff starts happening. So it's good. Definitely recommend it.
I recommend it.
Oh, that girl is not okay. Nobody said. Oh, Zeke says. Oh, Wondering Witch.
Oh yeah, we'll get to Wondering Witch.
Oh no, yeah, she's not okay. Elaina has issues for sure. We'll definitely talk about those.
Read the manga.
Yeah, the light novel. The light novel's supposed to be even. She's even less okay in the light novel. Yeah, nobody's 17.
She's like the female version.
She's just awful. Apparently, she's just an awful human being. But I kind of like her anyway. And then Kuma Bear.
Kuma Bear. Oh, I don't know about. Kuma. It was alright. Kuma Bear was alright. It wasn't anything super exciting, I guess you can say.
Were you expecting more?
I was expecting more.
Were you expecting Bofuri? I was expecting Bofuri. Bears.
Well,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, I was expecting. Well, I mean, it was like Bofuri. To tell you the truth, like with the
I
power
honestly think that the Bofuri had more action and more. I don't know. There was just. It's funnier. Also, like Bofuri had more action, more humor, more randomness, and this one again.
A little.
I'm not saying it didn't like it. I actually like Kuma Bear a lot, but I was expecting something more Bofuri like more action, more silly, more ridiculous, more humor, but it was more cutesy, semi-Yuri-ish undertones. Not really, because they love each other like sisters.
Yeah.
But it had that overly moe situation. It didn't bother me. But I thought it was going to go in a different direction. Like, that's all. It's just like, oh, it went this direction. Love it. I thought it was going to go that way, but I still love it. I liked it a lot.
It was cool.
It's cute.
The manga was nice. I actually enjoyed reading the manga, which is why I wanted to watch it. So, but yeah, the ending, I mean, it wasn't exactly what you thought. It was still a good anime. It was nice. I thought it was going to be a little more exciting.
Yeah, see?
But it wasn't. But it wasn't. That was mainly like the only thing about it.
Yeah. It's like a really cute isekai, like a really cute isekai iyashike. You know?
Yes.
Like a moe iyashike, you just watch it to see the cute characters and the cute bears, and it's great for that. I loved it. I love all the character designs. I like that the shading on the eyelashes is always purple, because that's just awesome. True. Makes me want to have purple mascara all the time. Okay. Oh, Plastic Memories endings hit so hard to my heart. Yeah, for sure. I hope that they are reunited with the one you cherish. I cried as well.
That was such a good
I love when anime makes you cry. And then Zeke says then to the Plastic Memories ending, yes, I agree with this. Oh, this girl was no Maple. Yeah, she wishes. I love her, but she wishes she was Maple.
Maple awesome. In Bufudi was she was uber lucky. That's all I have to say.
I'm normally not for like the type girl, but I kind of like that about Maple. That she was like so self-conscious and so like modest.
Everything, yeah.
Because this chick in Kuma, she's not modest at all.
No, she's not.
Well, she's more modest than Elaina.
Elaina.
We'll get to Elaina in a bit. But anyway. I know, yeah. I had purple mascara. As Zeke says, my mother had purple eyeshadow like that in the 60s.
Nice.
And I used to have purple mascara and a purple eyeliner when I was like in high school and beginning of college. So, yeah. I know. It's awesome.
I'm all natural.
Yeah, you just
as you can see.
Purple eyelashes. I know, you actually look like you have mascara. So yeah, Kuma Bear. Definitely recommend if you like slice of life and Yashike and you just kind of want to chill with
overpoweredness in a sense.
Yeah.
The whole
the OPMC thing.
Yeah, even like a game element, like the whole RPG fantasy game element, like that's all there. Too. It's nice. It's
kind of
nice,
like Bufudi, but not quite. Next up we have everybody's anticipated one, Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elaina. Yes, loved it. Absolutely love that show.
That show is really good. I love the manga again. That was another reason why I wanted to watch this show. It's very good episodic series. It's definitely there for you to realize and be aware of like the coming of life, I guess in some sense. Albeit a girl that's just I don't know, conceited as hell in a sense.
Who is that beautiful witch flying over the city?
Yeah, like
it's me. It's like, oh boy.
But she's super smart, super determined, and I like it. It's awesome. She overcomes a lot of situations, but it is some of those situations that she goes through that it's like it's deep, semi-dark in some sense.
Well, she always chooses herself above anything.
Above anything else, it's always her.
You can blame.
You can't. I mean, there's that, whole saying, you gotta look out for number one.
Bless you. She's on her own.
She is on her own,
Who else is gonna take care of her?
It fits in this realm that she's in, it fits. But it's really good. I liked it a lot, the whole concept of this world revolving around like a magic society, and certain laws that come up in that society, which are pretty cool. You have to have an emblem. You get special discounts for a witch because they're always traveling. They're not out for the money necessarily, so they're nice about that. They have specific hotels for witches and stuff. So that's nice. You get to see another realm of it. It's pretty cool. What's up here?
Elaina should have bought a pair of shades for her journey. Why?
She's very human.
She's very human.
Yeah. I should have bought a pair of shades. You know what? Yeah, because she's just what?
Because she's so shady? I don't get it.
I don't know. Either she's shady or it's the thug life kind of thing. Yeah, because honestly, she's living the thug life in the light novel or the manga.
But yeah, she is definitely 18, and you shouldn't feel guilty for thinking she's not. She is. She's gorgeous.
She's also 18.
Okay, so this is my observation about it and why I like it. Yeah. I noticed from the beginning, it's like, oh, okay, so she's this little girl who, she's really smart, and she reads this book, and all she wants in her life is to be a witch so she can travel like the witch in her book, right? And so she wants to do this, and when she achieves it, it's like she goes out thinking that she knows everything about the world because she's read this book, and because she's smart and she was the youngest witch to graduate and da-da-da-da-da-da. But then she goes out and she gets robbed immediately. The first town that she goes in, she gets robbed of her freaking thing that proves she's a witch, and immediately it's like, oh man, I have to be careful. People suck, And then again, and then she sees other people do things, and she just kind of like, she sees, oh, that one flower valley that eats people.
Oh,
and makes people zombies and sends them to bring people to the flowers, and like it's just like some flower field that eats people or something. And she sees that, and she sees someone like, oh, this person's gonna get eaten by these flowers, better get out of here. And she just leaves, like, oh my god. It's like in any other anime, you would be like, oh, this girl's gonna save the day, and this field's gonna be gone. No, that is not what she does at all.
No,
she just kind of, but she's a traveler. That's not what travelers do. They see, they learn. She's kind of like Kino's journey, I feel.
Yeah, actually, Zeke had mentioned that. It's minus.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You
like
did say
Kino's
that.
journey.
Like Kino's journey.
Minus the talking
Magic.
bike.
Magic, yeah. Substitute the bike with a broom and magic. But that's basically, you know, she just travels and learns about places, but I feel like she's surprised by it, whereas Kino is not.
That's true.
Kino is very aware of how messed up the world is.
Yeah.
But Elaina is not, but she becomes aware of it.
That's where it's like, you know, coming of age, self-realization of the world, and you being a part of that world, and it translates really well in this series.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
What I thought was really interesting is that we noticed this when we were watching it, and then we read that interview that Nippon shared. They had an interview with the creator, and apparently he wrote this after he had failed miserably, like something of his had failed, and he's like, you know, I'm just gonna write whatever I want, just screw it, whatever. And so he wrote this Majo no Tabitabi, this Wandering Witch, obviously not caring about anything. You know, it's like, you know what, you already rejected my stuff, nobody likes it. He was obviously coming from a pretty dark place, you know, and just wrote his story, and guess what, it's awesome. Why? Because it's so real. Because that's really how you feel when you may not be 18, maybe you left home at 16, maybe you left at 20, maybe you left at 22. But when you first leave your home and realize what the world is like for real, it's the same whether you're a witch or a human or whatever. It's like, oh man, the world's kind of scary out there. You know, it's like you realize things about the world. People are messed up. You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta look out for you. Some people actually do have your benefit in mind, and just it's really cool. I like that about it. It's so real. I like that she's the way she is, but apparently also the author said that she's even worse in the light novel, and that her personality has been mellowed out for the anime. So if you want to see how bad Elaina can be, read the light novels.
Yeah, seriously. Zeke, I love the episodes with all the Elainas and how several of them are pretty awful people.
Yes, that actually I think it shines light into what the actual character in the light novels is like. Because she's really like that. Like the most exaggerated ones. She's done things that fit each one of those personas in the light novel. But they purposefully left a lot of those stories out. Of the anime, because that wasn't the point in the anime.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that specific episode was an Easter egg to how she actually, her personality is, like what you can expect from her, I guess, in this sense. Yeah. Maybe it'll come through later on, like if they have a second season or something like that. Maybe it's actually darker, and you know she's more callous and whatnot.
Well, yeah, it does seem like at the end she does end up finding out that. There is something that happens because she's gonna come.
Well, she definitely has a self-realization about how she's been perceiving things, and she shouldn't be so naive about it.
There's definitely gonna be another season. What's weird to me is that even her teacher, Fran.
Yeah, Fran. I think it's Fran.
She obviously traveled with Nike, her favorite witch, the one that wrote the book, and Fran asked her, "So you know who my teacher was, or something?" And Elaina didn't reply. Like, she didn't acknowledge what she said. She didn't reply. She didn't say yes or no or anything.
She was in her own little world.
I'm like, so do you know or not? Because it's your idol. Like, your idol trained your teacher, and then your teacher like, what? So I don't know what that's all about.
Elaina?
She's Anime Trending's #1 girl of the season. Oh, yeah, I bet. I agree. I like her a lot. I'm okay with that.
I have to think about that.
Well, as we go, I don't think we've covered anyone. Maybe. Yeah, I'm okay with that so far.
All right.
I think she's a very interesting character.
She's
honestly.
She's very. She has
very interesting character.
I'm trying. I have to think about other ones, but again.
I think as we go, we'll
think?
see. But I so far I agree.
Right,
so that's really good. We're only on number 12. Okay, we're gonna have to speed it up a little bit.
Like halfway there. All right,
okay.
We'll speed it up.
We'll speed it up a little bit. Okay, so the next one is Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle.
All right, that's the cute one. That one I liked.
So good.
Lighthearted, super funny. The scenarios that the Sleepy Princess and the He-Man. Oh God, that girl
I
is.
love her.
She's like I don't know how. There's like a specific saying
Resourceful.
or word. She's resourceful, but it's like she's selectively resourceful. Selfishly resourceful. I don't know. Like she's resourceful, but only for
to serve her own purpose.
Yeah, for her own needs and wants and all that stuff. Like God. So, but the whole thing that I really liked about that show was the comedic parts about it is just how she was able to get her way every damn time. It's so funny, especially my favorite part. Even though they played it a lot, it was burnt out a little bit after a while. But it's
the teddies.
Yeah, the teddies. It's like I want to get out. She like brings it like a prisoner
on
the rails. And the bears just come flying with the keys, right away. Like they go off.
Because she brushes them and they let her out, and that's really the only reason. That's the only reason why that she can do. Yeah. Everything that she does is because she has the guards in the palm of her hand because she brushes them. And so they give her the keys, they let her out. And it's great. That one was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that one was actually.
I thought it was going to be like kind of like the other one that I thought I was going to like and then I couldn't finish watching it was that Beelzebub-sama. Beelzebub-sama. As Beelzebub-sama, Miss Beelzebub likes. As Beelzebub likes it or something. And I started it and it was cute with the oppa and the hair and she's adorable, fua, but it was kind of like too boring. And so I thought this one might go in the same direction, but it didn't. It's hilarious. Every episode is funny. She's like the Pinterest queen. I swear, it's like she is the DIY queen and I would love to follow her Pinterest board because that's amazing. Like she's so resourceful. She is determined. And,
very determined.
And she appreciates a good siesta, and I like that about her.
Right?
Yeah.
This girl, the fact that
super cute.
She chose the dungeon over her actual home mainly because at her home they made her do things. They made her study and work or whatever, do crafts and all that stuff, and she was like, I just want to sleep.
I know.
And more than willing to get kidnapped and stay there. And does go back, but only because she wanted like specific items.
Them.
Yeah.
Well, because now she likes being with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute. And like it says, Zeke says, Irregular was great as usual, and Girls in Dungeon was a little dark compared to previous season. Didn't watch either of them. We didn't do Irregular. We did the first season, but we didn't do this one.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the same thing. I can only watch so many anime that are the same thing. And then Dungeon.
We do try.
Danmachi, we've never even caught up. I think we only watched the first season.
Honestly, yeah, I fell off the map.
Yeah. And then Suya. Yes, love Suya. Suya. The Demon Bears. I like how the Demon Lord is somewhat okay with the princess roaming around. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Like too much.
As long as she's on the premises.
But it's because everyone thinks she's adorable. Everyone thinks she's so cute. But at the same time, I don't think she's as young as it looks like she is.
Oh, probably not.
I think she might be like 18 too. But anyway, I love that they just let her do whatever she wants. Moral of the lesson of the Sleepy Princess and Demon Castle: don't disrupt someone's beauty sleep. Yes, indeed. Yeah, for sure.
And I guess if you're not having beauty sleep, go over like leaps and bounds and heaven and hell to find the perfect sleep. Yeah. Apparently.
It's so great.
That's the other moral of that story.
She's awesome.
All right.
Okay, so the next, speaking of girls who are focused on what they're doing, Talentless Nana.
Talentless Nana. Okay, yes. Now right off the bat, I was interested, or rather, my interest was piqued. So we started watching it. Mm-hmm. It was pretty good. You're getting this little superpowers anime thing vibe going on, you know, like Bokuwaka, and you're like, oh, but they're on an island, and maybe this is a little more mysterious. So you're like, okay, cool, I'm already invested in that. But then, yeah, first murder, and then starts the strings of multiple criminal mystery like antics, I guess you could say, between like, you know, villain detective or serial killer and detective and all that stuff. Woo! It was good. So good. It was. I really enjoyed it. I do have to say that I was invested from the beginning. I did like it. I had a lot of interest in it, but I was super invested at least by the 6th, 7th episode. Yeah. Because that's when things like, oh man, they really started taking a turn.
Yeah. I like that it's a closed room mystery in an island.
Yeah.
It's like closed room mystery in an island, and with superpowers. And, you know, like all these different things. And with a mystery because you don't know really. Like the whole argument is the enemies of humanity are out there, right? And these humans have superpowers and maybe they can fight them. But according to Nana and whoever's training her, the humans with superpowers are the enemies of humanity. So, okay. And so you start and you're like, okay, superpowers, okay, school. It gave me, Assassination Classroom vibes when it started.
Yeah.
Like, it gave me kind of that feel.
Yes.
It's like, okay, all right, they're isolated, they're special somehow.
Even
right,
Danganronpa, it has...
Danganronpa has a very similar feel. Yeah, like, it kind of had that feel. It's like, okay, all right. And then this girl's like, oh, I don't have any powers. I was like, doesn't she? And then she murders the boy.
Yep.
And then we see someone hiding in it's like every episode, something would be like mysterious. And what now? What is that? And then you see that this chick is like out to kill people. And it's like, why? But why? But why? And then you learn more, and now you know that they've been killing people this whole time on that island. They just have these poor kids there to murder them, and what?
Yeah.
So it's kind of almost Promised Neverlandish.
Almost
in that sense.
Yeah, in that sense, yeah.
That they have them separated, and they're all basically going to the slaughter, you know?
Like, it really puzzles me, and it's, well, not really.
It's cool.
I'm not puzzled. I'm just more, like, intrigued at the fact that they're on an island. They're superheroes, all right? Or not superheroes, they're talented people. Superpowered and all that stuff. But, like, when you get up to that 6th, 7th episode where they meet that one girl that she's a necromancer, and you see the amount of dead people that are on that island.
Many bodies!
How long has this, like, back and forth been going on? How long have they been on the island? You know, like who else is on the island? Because all that we see is death of, like, teens. These are all, like, high school students. And so it's like, that's, like, one big mystery that I'm kind of wondering about, including, which I'm surely there is a attachment to this, is, you know, the people that are manipulating Nana. To say that these people are the enemies of humanity.
I think the people sending her are the actual enemies of humanity. She thinks they're human, but I don't think they are.
Yeah, it's that switcheroo.
It's whatever. And we keep seeing this in so many anime. The bad guys are actually the good guys that the bad guys have been telling you are bad this whole time. And that's like kind of an ongoing thing. Yeah. Let's look at the comments here. We got Talentless Nana. Oh, which light novel? Oh yeah, because Zeke was saying that the light novels of both are good, and he was talking about Demon Lord, and no, Pick Up Girls in Dungeon and Irregular at Magic High School. And then he was saying that Zeke said that he turned out of Nana because of the death, because he didn't need that in 2020. And you know what? I totally understand that. Especially if, unfortunately, you had a brush with it this past year for unfortunate circumstances, in which case, of course, our condolences as always. Too, right? But yeah, definitely. Again, there were a lot of very dark themes this season. So I can imagine, actually, you know what? I can imagine a lot of people skipping out on a lot of anime this season because it was maybe too dark. You know? And maybe if you're already kind of like in a dark hole because of the year, you're like, maybe seeing teenagers get murdered one after another might not be your thing to watch. That's a good point, Zeke. So yeah, if you're not okay watching teenagers get murdered, definitely don't watch that.
Let's just put it this way. Watch anime, period.
But yeah.
It's an escape from reality if that's what you're actually looking for.
And they have everything for everybody, so you can always find something you'll
So you
like.
just base it off
Doesn't
of your
have to be
likes, wants, and needs for that moment of what you want to ingest.
For
you know?
sure. And then, okay, so this is like in the chat, but I just want to bring it up a little bit because I do want to check it out the next season when it comes out. Is I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. That looks like it's gonna be really, really good. But yeah, the light novels I've heard are really good, so check those out before the anime comes out. I'm just gonna wait for the anime because I'm lazy. I don't have time to read, okay? I watch anime.
I have ADD. So when I'm reading and I'm into it, and the next thing you know.
Oh, I like that too. Nobody 17 says Talentless Nana equals Among Us, Danganronpa, Higurashi. Yeah, basically. Basically. Yeah. It's like a lot of different things going on. So it's a really good
I can
one.
see that.
Definitely one of my tops.
Alright, next one.
I think.
I want to say we're almost there, but not quite.
No.
Alright, next one.
No, yeah, we are. No, because we're going to breeze through the ones that we didn't finish.
Yeah.
Next one, Noblesse. Noblesse. Oh, yeah,
Noblesse.
Noblesse. Oh, can I just start?
Go first, please.
Okay, only because I went into this really excited, okay? No offense, Crunchyroll. But they shared some really cool clips that got me really interested in the show. And I really enjoyed it too. But then I also feel like it moved fast at first, like they got all their other characters together. But then it kind of like lulled for a bit for a few episodes, and then it kind of picked up at the end, and then it ended. And it's like, no, we're just barely starting to learn things about the characters, and it's over. So yeah, of course I want to watch the next season. So I will still watch the next season. Oops. I will definitely watch the next season. But I was expecting something different. I don't know what I was expecting. More comedy, I guess. The clips they were sharing were very funny. The action is very good. The characters are obviously beautiful. Confused by the vampire thing and the created human and the Ragnarok mix. There's like way too much happening together. Not in a bad way, but it's just kind of like, what does this have to do with this?
Especially how Frankenstein, in normal fiction, he's just
a scientist.
He's like a scientist and brings back a person from the dead with the animation, reanimation, and all that stuff.
That's what I'm thinking is happening. I think he's behind everything.
See,
clearly
that
we
was
haven't
your
read
theory.
the webtoon. I haven't read the webtoon, so I don't know. I don't know. My theory is that Frankenstein being Frankenstein, and these M21 and like modified humans are his creation, because even Rizel, he showed up and I don't know anything, I don't remember anything, it's okay, just hang out here. But Frankenstein's been around for who knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around longer than a lot of these vampires and modified humans, which means he was around when they were created. Yeah. He probably created them.
I think
nobody knows who is this super powered human.
I even think it was lightly stated that Frankenstein's more powerful than Rizel.
It seems like, no, he's more powerful than the Lord is what they were saying.
Lord
that
was
chick.
saying?
Uh-huh.
That chick?
The Lord, the daughter.
I would have thought it was Rizel. I mean, it would make sense because Frankenstein has total loyalness.
Loyalty?
to Rizel-sama. And so it's like...
But why? Oh, because he's the Noblesse.
Yeah, because he's the Noblesse.
Right. And
he's the noble of nobles.
Above.
They are like the pure king of nobles or something like that.
But what did I have? I have a note. Hold on. I put a note here that they were... Oh yeah, it's one of the dark parts of humanity, and how like nobles suck and nobles must be put in their place. That's basically what Rizel is there for.
Yes.
And so then, what is Frankenstein's role in this? His servant.
That's why I was bringing it up. It's like his role seems way more significant than what it's put out to be. Yeah. The fact that like his power and loyalness is devoted to Rizel. Rizel is the only one that can grant him permission to use his full power, and then when you see him use his full power, it's like, Jesus, it's like, oh my God, it's so much. But see, how did he get like that? Like the original storytellings of Frankenstein and how it happened was never like that.
That's Dr. Frankenstein to you.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
See, but he's a undercover because he's not even going by doctor.
That too.
But yet he leaves the Frankenstein name. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Like, really?
But other than that, I like it a lot. It's actually really good.
I like it a lot. I do like it a lot.
like the story.
Yeah, for sure. Me
Very
too.
nice.
Me too. It's really intriguing, especially now that they got to the place where they are. And like I said, there's like, now we started to learn more about them. Now we know, I guess, the hierarchy that they have.
Oh.
You know, like who's above who, why things happened a certain way. And now there's like new bad guys coming up and everything. But it's interesting to see the Frankenstein situation and like what is his role in all this and all that. So that's pretty interesting.
Right,
we'll
next
definitely
one.
continue that one.
Yeah.
The next one is the Gymnastics Samurai.
I love that one.
It's
Actually.
like
That
a
was
gymnastic. I like to call it a Kakushigoto Olympic. Gymnastics Kakushigoto.
good. Yeah, Gymnastics Kakushigoto.
That's basically what it
art is very similar to it. It's very nice.
It's a single dad who's a professional.
Who's a professional. Mom died and everything.
Young daughter.
Like, but I liked it. I liked it a lot,
It's
actually.
really good.
That one actually. That series had really good character development. It was you know, it was also a really nice filler for the fact that we didn't get to experience the Olympics or anything like that. There was another series.
I know it was supposed to be playing while the Olympics were going on. They were like
spring.
2 more, I think.
In spring, there was supposed to be a Special Olympics anime series that
They
came
still
out.
showed
Which
it.
it came out. They showed a few episodes of it, but I don't know if it fully aired because of the whole
It's
pandemic.
called Breakers.
Yeah, it's called
They're
Breakers.
short episodes. You should watch it. It's actually pretty good.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice. So there was nothing of the sorts
There was Olympia
since
Kiklos.
then. Which one?
Olympia Kiklos was also for
Oh,
the Olympics.
Olympia Kiklos.
So there were at least 3 anime. 4 because there's one on NHK that actually showed 2. So there were 4 Olympics anime this year.
There were, but so this is
But this
one
one's
of them.
really-
This is one of them. It's very nice. The story and the plot that they had going for it was actually pretty. It was decent. I liked it a lot. Nice little challenging, like a competition. I want to be the best, or no, not even I want to be the best. There is hints of that, but there's this others like I want to be the best for myself, not be for the best to be number 1 or anything like that.
And that's the whole point.
So that's the whole point of it, and it's nice because you have some side characters who are also going through their own situations, which can add to the engagement or the excitement of the series. It's super cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot too because of the same thing. It's really funny because you do have the character that just wants to be the best, and then you realize that you don't see him for a while because that's not the point of sports.
It's not. Yeah.
And so it's nice.
Obviously, they try and teach you that.
Yeah,
you know?
they do, and the lesson is definitely what both Jotaro learns. And some of the other athletes that are there, or characters in the anime, is precisely like Fonzy was saying: is be the best compared to myself. Like compete against myself. I have to be better. I have to not be afraid because a lot of the things that were holding back a lot of these athletes were their own egos, really, like their own fears. You know, he first failed because his wife died in an accident. He was told during a competition. He gave the competition more importance. He still competed, but he failed. And then from then on, his career just plummeted. But then he had to get over that, you know? You have to face the challenges. We have lost. We lose people. We lose jobs. We lose things. And we have to get over it and just continue and just deal with it, you know? And so it's hard. It's good. I think that's another one that I probably cried towards the end, too, at some point. It has a couple of moving moments.
Yeah, it's got a lot of pretty strong moving moments.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So that's on his side, and then the other the ninja, his little ninja, the private ninja, Leo, he is also he's running away from his life. Basically, he's supposed to be a ballet dancer, and he's running away from it, and all these things, and he learns that he needs to do things for himself and for the right reasons, and so it's really nice.
Yeah, you
the
have
art
2
is
characters
beautiful.
that go through that.
Even the little girl, the daughter
the
learns life lessons, and it's a really good anime. This is something that, for example, if 2020 was really hard on you, this is something you should definitely watch. Like this, Kuma Bear, all of these feel good, and they kind of teach you a little bit and make you think, you know what? Yeah, life sucks, but what you gonna do? You gotta move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's just how it is.
that one was really good. I definitely enjoyed Talentless Samurai. Definitely, it's not so much about the sport as it is about the people.
Yeah.
But the sport is beautiful because I'm not sure. We haven't done research. I don't know if they not motion captured, but if they captured real humans doing the movements. But even the intro is so fluid. The animation,
nice.
when they're doing the gymnastics moves,
the
my
rings,
God, it's beautiful.
the vaults,
Beautiful.
like, oh gosh, yeah, so good. Even the floor.
Yeah, everything looks amazing. Zeke says Olympic clothes was just effing weird. Yeah, it was really weird. But did you know?
I liked it so much. It was good.
It's based on an old anime that is going to be coming back.
Oh yeah, they're re-airing it or remaking it or
so
something.
This is based on, I forget the name of it, but it's basically the same except it's a sculptor. It's an ancient Roman sculptor that travels to the same. Travels to the future, to Tokyo, and sees things, and then goes back and then does his thing. And so it's a very old comic, and it had an anime, and they're making a new anime. And so for the Olympics, they made an Olympic version of it. So that's why it's weird. And we probably, we didn't get it right away because we weren't aware of this original anime that existed. It was kind of like a joke. It was kind of like an inside joke that only Japanese people who've seen the original would get. Which is why it's so weird, but I guess we'll get it once the original anime
once that
comes
airs.
out
This year, I
so
think.
yeah, that's a little bit of trivia for you.
Yeah. Fruit for
Food for thought. Okay, we just have two more that we actually watched, and then we'll just breeze through the other ones that we didn't.
Two more that we saw. All right.
So the other two are Tonikawa, Fly Me to the Moon. So good.
That one was really good.
Definitely cried.
Okay, this was another red herring series in
No, we don't know that yet because it's not over. I still have faith.
In the slightest, all right. I'll say in the slightest.
Have faith.
Okay, I'll say why later, but it's a good series. It's really good. Wonderful love story, especially if it's one that if you want to call it love at first sight in that sense, it's really good because they stuck with it. They didn't just like say things and not mean it. Like they went through with everything. They actually it was pretty. I'm speechless. Like I actually liked it a lot. She had just mentioned earlier she teared up in certain situations. I teared up in certain situations because like. It was very real.
It's so real.
It was very real, and like a lot of the things that they came up, scenarios, even the fact that it's like, oh, we're gonna get married at night, and it's like I didn't expect they would be open. It's like, yeah, only the counter window is open because obviously maybe you don't want to fully advertise that you're getting married or whatever to family members, to society, depending on how you feel. So they have it at night. That's actually true. They do have those things, and the relationship they were going through, wanting to, what is it, like the experiences as a new, newlywed couple and all this stuff. Yeah, it's something that we related to because it was pretty cool.
We were once newlyweds.
We were once newlyweds.
I think what made it sink in for me that it was actually okay. Because it starts and it gives you a hint that you think something supernatural is going to happen, right? I still think so. But because it's kind of like love at first sight. He gets hit by Truck-kun, right? He gets hit by Truck-kun but doesn't die. Or did he? He gets hit by Truck-kun.
You see, this is.
Okay, so he gets hit by Truck-kun, or almost, but she saves him, right? Tsukasa saves him, and he falls in love with her because she's beautiful. That's why he was going over there to tell her that he loves her and wants to be with her. She saves him. Somehow she's fine. And then years later she reappears and they get together and they actually get married. And so they start living together because obviously now they're married. But technically they only started dating. So at first it kind of annoyed me that it's like, they went and they signed and like they're being all like, typical anime awkwardness. That doesn't make sense. That's so stupid. But then I realized I'm like, they just met. Like,
it's not just like a date,
This is the first
they
time
got
they
married.
spent any time together.
It's
I know.
a little weird.
So it's like they live together, they're married on paper, but really they don't know each other. Like, so they get to know each other from the basics, except living with each other. He gets to watch her routine to go to sleep. Like, that's such a personal thing.
You know, like, and he's not. I mean, you know,
he's so innocent.
One would say he's doing it in a creepy way, but I mean, it's not creepy if you're with someone you're married with and you love. Like, that's stuff that you want to do with each other and whatnot. But I mean, if you're not in a relationship, then that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, exactly. It says enemy newlyweds, so
Yeah,
that means no
married?
action. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. It's so stupid. But they don't know each other, so it actually makes sense. And then when you start seeing them go through what any couple would go through, getting to know each other or setting up a new home because they have to move in together, buying things, and just getting to know each other and what their quirks are, taking care of the other one when they're sick, and it's really nice. And some of the things that they say is like, oh,
yes.
Like, as someone in a relationship, like married especially, you don't even have to be married to get a lot of this, but like, I guess especially because we are, you feel it more. But even then, it's just, it really speaks to you. And if you're single, I'm sure it might even make you like, oh, I want to say that to someone someday, you know? So it's nice. Or I want to feel that. And you do feel those things, so it's really interesting.
Yeah, what a way to get married, exactly. And then I knew in 1 month we'd get married. Oh, Zeke, you and your wife? Sweet, man. That's sweet.
That's sweet. Aww. But yeah, so this one was really good.
So, Tonikawa, Fly Over the Moon, or Over the Moon for You, however you want to say it, because it's different on certain websites.
But the official is Fly Me Over the
Fly Me to the Moon.
Oh, okay. So, speaking of the supernatural sci-fi thing that was hinted at, but has not been proven, much like in Adachi Shimamura, where we were lied to. No, we were led on. So this feels like we're being led on too, but not really, because she's not related to the people that she was living with before, where she left. There's that moon rock that apparently is very important to her, and then her little sister Chitose asks, "So you don't even know who she is? Then why did you marry her?" It's like she's someone or something, right? She has something to do with the moon. She's interested. Her knowledge of history and old things is really strange. When they go to this, I forget where they go, but there's a place where something was there, like a castle or something used to stand there, and she's like, oh yeah, it used to be here, and it was like this and this, and like she speaks about it as if she were there, as if she had lived it and been there in person, and so that's really sus to me. And yeah, there's a lot. So I think this one actually does have some supernatural stuff going on with it, because I said this at the end of the other podcast because it had already started, but I think that she is Princess Kaguya. Yeah. Looking for her lover. Yep. And that's probably who Nasa is.
Oh, actually, Zeke says that. Is she Princess?
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
I
you
think
spelled
so.
it wrong, but yeah. The one from Bamboo.
I think so. That's what I think.
Yeah,
I think she is. That's exactly what I think she is.
I mean, like, Tsukasa is super sus because, come on, she got hit by a freaking car or a truck. She was bleeding. She was fine. She even said herself in the series that she had, like, I have, like, I don't know what, broken bone. She had a split head.
Split head and broken bones.
And then, like, nothing recovers from it. And it's like, what?
It's a little weird.
Battery light. Oh, it was my battery light flashing? Oh, it is flashing. Oh man, I guess the camera's gonna die pretty soon.
No, I thought you had it plugged in.
No, I don't. But we'll do this quick.
You had it plugged in.
Here, let's try and finish. Because I have another camera. I just need to hook it up. So if it dies,
I guess we'll end it there. Okay, so the last one that we watched was Moriarty the Patriot.
Oh, Moriarty the Patriot.
All right, speed it up then.
Great freaking story. Moriarty and Sherlock Holmes, but you're seeing it flipped. It's reversed. You're seeing it in a different perspective, towards Moriarty, and man, that is so good. It is so good. It's definitely a show and a series that has you loving the villain. I don't know what to say.
He's not a villain, he's an anti-hero.
He's an anti-hero slash villain. He's already met Sherlock. They already have their challenges going, so that's it. You got the pairing right there.
That is the best ship ever.
Yeah.
But yes, love it. Love it. Moriarty the Patriot. I love anything that is Sherlock Holmes, honestly. And,
there we go. It died.
Alright.
Here.
Hold on. Can you still hear us?
No, it's
Are you sure?
Or no, yeah, they can still, you guys can still hear us.
Okay, hold on. Give us a second. I guess I can just keep talking. Oh yeah, nobody says, don't worry. That is just a flesh wound. Tis but a flesh wound. Says nobody says.
Like, seriously.
And then nobody 17 also agrees with Moriarty. Hell yeah. So yes, I also like Moriarty quite a bit. I like anything that... What? We have audio. Okay, good. Yes, that's why I'm still talking. Thanks, Lee. So, Moriarty the Patriot was super cool. I like I said, anything that is Sherlock Holmes is just awesome to me. And I know it's never been done, a Moriarty special series or movie or anything. So that's something that I'm really enjoying a lot. I like that we saw the beginnings of him, like kind of his backstory with he has a brother, which I don't know if that's from the books or not, honestly. I know that I said I love everything Sherlock Holmes, but I had some of the books read to me when I was younger, but I haven't actually read all of them, so I don't know everything. But I like that he has a brother, he has a friend. I like how he came up, like we were talking about, to battle the darkness in like the nobles and how the people in power should just, like, he's very anti 1%, I guess. And so that's kind of cool of him. And I really, really, really liked that they actually did bring Sherlock Holmes in, honestly, because I didn't think they were going to. Zeke says, Holmes of Kyoto was good. Oh, you know what? I didn't see that. We didn't watch Holmes of Kyoto, but I regret it. I think that one flew under my radar completely because of whatever else was airing that season. I don't think I ever even realized that it was airing until it was like already past halfway through the season. So I missed it, but I would like to check it out because I have heard good things. But yeah, I really like it, and I also like even more that it seems like it it doesn't seem, they did announce a second season, so I'm really excited about that because I thought it was going to be on Moriarty, but it was really cool that there's also going to be some Sherlock in there, so that should be pretty nice. Definitely the Fujoshi are enjoying this anime for sure. There are a lot of pretty boys and lots of cool moments with the two detectives. Zeke says it was great shoujo. Oh, Holmes of Kyoto. Oh, well, is it kind of like Woodpecker Detective Agency? Because if so, maybe not so much. Because that one kind of disappointed me a little bit, honestly. That's one that I was kind of half expecting Moriarty the Patriot, and not so much. But that one was interesting. Shall I move on?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, sorry guys, we're still working on the camera. Give us a minute. Is everything okay? Okay. Well, the next one, that was it. Okay, actually, that was the last one that we actually covered. So this is actually perfect because we're just going to go over really quick. The ones that are on hold right now, we have on hold, Zeke says it had a great female lead as the Watson. Oh, that's new. That's cute. Oh, that's nice. Maybe I should check it out. That sounds interesting. Okay, so the ones that we have on hold because of one thing or another are Gal and Dino, which we started when it started in spring, and then it got interrupted. It continued the season, but honestly, I forgot that it was there, so we didn't pick it back up. But we do want to, so that's something that we are going to finish because it's just random. It's so random. It's like Adult Swim. It's like Japanese Adult Swim. It reminds me of that. And then Hypnosis Mike, we had dropped it originally, but I mean, it's full of bishonen, and I kept hearing good things, so I picked it back up, but then I had to put it on hold because we were watching too many anime and I have a lot of work. So We didn't continue watching it, but I enjoy in Hypnosis Mike. It was a little. I'm not big on the music anime, so that was mostly kind of my issue. I think just the singing. I don't know about anime characters singing and stuff, but so we dropped it for that reason. We also dropped. We put on hold also Sport Climbing Girls, Iwa Kakeru. And those are the only ones. Other than that, it seems like we're not going to be able to get the camera back on, unfortunately.
Yeah, guys.
So I guess I'll just close up by listing some of these that we dropped. We dropped Assault Lily Bouquet just because it's just not kind of our thing. Same for D4DJ. It's kind of more of an idol type. It's cool that it's a DJ theme, but it didn't really hit us so much. And Kamitachi, By the Grace of the Gods was a little too Yashahime, too calm, and we dropped that one.
Yeah.
Oh, what did we think? Zeke's asking what we thought of Dogeza.
Oh, Dogeza?
Dogeza is weird.
It's kind of cringy.
It's creepy, it's cringy, and no.
Yeah, I didn't really like it too much, to tell you the truth. The whole making the girl be submissive in that sense is like, I don't know.
Just embarrassing the girls until they show you their underwear. It's I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. It's like no. So no. Yeah, WTF, exactly. Yeah, Zeke, exactly.
Seriously.
Indeed. And so we dropped a bunch of other ones. We picked up Mayasetsu. I think we would have continued watching that one if we just had more time. King's Raid, we didn't get too far. We also dropped our Last Crusade. Or what? Our Last
Crusade.
I forgot, or something.
Yeah. That one.
That one we started, but honestly, that's another one that just got dropped because there was just too much on our plate, and honestly, it was too similar to other things we watched. I just felt like it was too much like the ones we just watched last season with Shironeko Project and things like that. It just feels too similar, and I get bored of the same thing over and over, and so when something starts looking too similar, I'm over it. But it sounds like this one is actually good, so we might have to complete it later. And then King's Raid is from a game, which is honestly most of the reason why I dropped it. It's from a game, and it also seemed very repetitive, so bleh. But yes, Zeke, Last Crusade was pretty good. You should watch it. You should finish it. Nobody 17, The Last Crusade is super good. So yeah, that is one that I'm actually a little regretting that we dropped. So we'll have to complete it for sure.
Yeah, we'll go back to that one.
We'll go back to watch that one because that one does sound like it's actually really good.
I did want to watch that one, but we were like,
Yes, it was better than Shironeko. Yeah, we actually have one of our writers wrote about that precisely. He did. Do you? Here are some better anime than Shironeko Project that do kind of the same thing but better. And that was one of them. So that is definitely a reason why I want to watch it, because I watched Shironeko all the way through, and if this is better, I'd much rather have that story in my head than the other one.
Very true.
And then the Warlords of Sigdrifa also we dropped because, again, it was another one that just seemed like the same thing. So that's basically what we did for our list. Since we don't have video, Fonzy's trying really hard to get it to work, but how about we just wrap it up really quick so we can just end it? And then we're going to upload this video again. It's going to be here live. It's going to stay there. But then once we edit it, we're going to replace it with the edited version. Yeah? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, so that way you'll get to see like at least some images or maybe some clips and stuff. Yes, the end of Shironeko Project was indeed a letdown, Zeke. I agree completely. That was such a letdown, that whole show. But anyway, so just to wrap it up really quick, we're not going to go into depth on our top 5s. We're just basically going to tell you what our top 5s are, since we already basically went through everything. Unless there was something we wanted to cover, we'll go through it quickly since we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so my top 5 are in no particular order, honestly, because I'm not going to do that. But my top 5 are Akudama Drive.
No, that's good.
Yeah. Akudama Drive, Jujutsu Kaisen, because Gojo. No, and a lot of other things. Moriarty the Patriot because of all the things that I already told you. Wandering Witch because Elaina is a bitch and I love her. And Tonikawa because it's so real even though it's kind of not, and I love it.
Man. Alright. So the ones that I liked that are my top 5, again, no particular order. I like them all equally, to tell you the truth. Definitely Fire Force. Fire Force is one of them. Really liked it a lot. I thought it was super good. Jujutsu Kaisen, gosh, that one was great. I really liked it as well. A lot of action and suspense in that. Akudama Drive was also another really good one that I liked. That was like another top one that I loved. So that's 3. Gosh, Talentless Nana would probably have to be another one. That one, man, that one's really good. I'm seeing a little pattern too. It's like all action, suspense, and mystery and everything that I'm choosing. And then my 5th top 5 was The Day I Became a God. That one just hit the feels like really good. It's oh gosh, I can't stress enough. I really like that one. That one might be my number 1 this season actually.
The Day I Became a God?
The Day I Became a God. That one actually might be my number 1 this season.
So many feels. But yeah, good night, Zeke.
Yeah, good night, Zeke.
But yeah, so those are my top 5 too, and my runners up. I like so many. Sleepy Princess, the Gymnastics Samurai, The Day I Became a God, Fire Force, and Nana, Talentless Nana. Were also.
Yeah.
I guess that would be my top 10 if you put them all together. But yeah. So.
Let's see what you guys.
Akudama is the name of the place.
Judas killed himself. Oh really? Like spelt like that? Akudama?
And why in Spanish?
Spelling,
not Spanish.
or spelling. Akudama. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I didn't even know that. I didn't look into
I thought
many
it
of these
was
things.
Akudama because they're demon balls.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay. Sure. I just went with the Japanese words, but
demon balls.
I didn't even bother to look it up. All right, you guys. Well, I guess we're gonna call it here. Let us know if you're watching this later on. Let us know what you thought of the season. Thank you, Zeke and Nobody's, for joining us. And we'll be, again, uploading this edited later. But for now, it's going to stay up like this. So sorry about the video technical difficulties. We'll definitely get our stuff together for the next one. It's our first live one, so I think we did okay.
I think it's mainly because we dragged it on a little longer than we expected.
I thought that I honestly thought the camera was plugged into the power. That's why I didn't even rush it. But so we'll do better next time, you guys. Hope you enjoy the winter season. It's gonna be amazing.
Yes.
Tell us what you're watching in the comments. Go to honeysanime.com. Follow us on Twitter, all the socials, etc., etc. And have a wonderful 2021. May you have a safe, healthy, and happy year. Love you all. Bye.
Yes, bye. Have a safe, happy 21. This year's ours. Laters, guys.
Bye-bye.